guys, I wanted to make a quick video today. So this video is going to be about living in California. Now, as a person who lives in California, I live in the Los Angeles area currently. And as a gun owner, as a Republican, as a taxpayer, it's really frustrating. It can be super frustrating because they just really drain you on the taxes. And there's so many laws, so many restrictions. California is a state where the big corporations, the Democrats, the leftists, they really have full control over, and it's super frustrating. So we just got some gas tax that adds 30 cents per gallon for our gas, thanks to Governor Brown. Governor Brown is really destroying the state. Taxes are super high. Just living in Los Angeles and in California in general, but especially Los Angeles County, it's ridiculous. You can't get a house here for less than like $350,000. Nothing good. I live over in Santa Cruz Valley. If you want to live in a nice 2-story, 3 or 4 bedroom house that's newer, that was built in the 2000s or sooner, or new, or sooner than that, it's going to cost you $350,000, $400,000, $500,000, $600,000, $700,000, $800,000, and it's absolutely ridiculous. And so the taxes are up. The state is the #1 in debt state in the United States. We have so many social welfare programs that people come here, they get addicted to the welfare, they get dependent on the government to pay their bills, and it's really attracting a lot of these leeches over here in California, and it's really holding the middle class down, because people who have the potential of going, creating their own business or just doing something with their lives, they're stuck paying so much in taxes because our state is just so overwhelmed with tax leeches and social welfare programs. I mean, don't get me wrong, social welfare programs are good in certain aspects, and they're definitely necessary. I am a social work student and soon to be social worker, working on my master's at USC, and so I'm not going to be an advocate against or not having these social welfare programs. They're good, they're important, and they save a lot of lives. However, there are definitely big cons to having these giant social welfare programs in the state. They're really bogging down the economy, and the economy is just in a terrible way right now here in California. Costs are so high, everything just so expensive, and in any way the government can, they will try to rip you off by charging you more for something, or adding more fees through the DMV or through ticketing, and there's so many laws on the books, and you don't even have to go very far. I'm not even going to get into guns, really. Maybe I will a little bit, but it's so hard to own guns. There's so many restrictions on guns that this has just become a very, very heavy weight on people, freedom-loving people that are trying to get out of the middle class or reach from the lower class to the upper middle class, and trying to transition upward and really obtain the American dream of land ownership, home ownership, a nice family, being able to support themselves with and not have to work themselves to death, and be able to own guns and not be infringed upon in every single way possible. So that's what California does, and that's what it stands for right now, and at least the government does, and it's so frustrating. Now there's laws on what kind of handguns you can get, what kind of long guns you can have. There are a lot of hunting regulations, a lot of regulations on shooting in public lands, a lot of restrictions on the types of ammo you can use. In LA County, you can't even get a CCW permit. It's a no open carry state. Governor Brown, he passed a law where it canceled open carry. So my rights are totally being infringed upon in this state. I can't get a CCW from LA because we have the law of you need to show good cause or just cause, which is what about self-defense? Well, self-defense is not a good enough cause to carry a concealed firearm. Like, wait a minute, what about the Second Amendment? Does it not exist in this state? And in this county, LA County, and apparently it doesn't. And there's a lot of people fighting, like Cal Guns Foundation and NRA, ILA, and other organizations trying to fight for our freedom here in the state of California and in Los Angeles County, Southern California. So, but we're outnumbered, and I do think that, and the government is just totally Democratic. It's totally, and I don't mean that in a good way. It's total 100% Democrat, liberal, and it's not conservative. And there are some small pockets of conservative, a conservative government, but it's not. We are overwhelmed here. And so lately, I've been thinking about moving to Georgia, where you can get a brand new 2-story house with 6 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms, more bathrooms than you could even shit in. And you can get it for $230,000, $240,000, $250,000 for a super nice community northwest of Atlanta. You can go to Kennesaw or Marietta, and you can get a house for $300,000 or $280,000, and brand new communities with big backyards and just awesome houses. And the gun laws in Georgia are amazing. And Georgia's not the only state, but it's a free state. Also, Texas and many other states are really good, but Georgia seems like the promised land. And so lately, I've been thinking about moving to Georgia. It's been a while. I actually know someone who lives in Georgia, and right now my wife can't get work. We're not like we're struggling financially, but man, we're living paycheck to paycheck down here. And once I graduate from my master's degree, I'll be making about $80,000 a year, and that still doesn't get you anything out here. Making $80,000, having a master's degree, and you're still in some shitty old house or in a condo, and you can't afford, because property prices are so high over here. So, man, California is actually the number one in the U.S. state where people actually leave. They immigrate. They say, F California, I'm leaving, and they go to other states where taxes are lower. Freedom we got more freedom. We have to pay less because, social welfare programs are a little more limited, which they should be. The best social welfare program is a job, and Ronald Reagan said that, by the way. And it's ridiculous. And by the way, in Kennesaw, which is north of Marietta, Georgia, it's the law that the head of household must have a gun and own ammunition. Imagine that. Imagine in California. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. So, man, Georgia seems like a good place. Texas would be a great place. North Carolina would be a great place. Charlotte or Raleigh. I like Charlotte. But for my wife's work, a lot of stuff is leaving. Just like, not to mention the porn industry, but the porn industry is leaving out of San Fernando Valley, which is in LA, and they went over to Vegas because there's so many laws. Now, as a Christian, I am okay with that. That's totally fine. Get the porn out of here, and less girls, less human trafficking, less porn industry in our backyard is a good thing. But it's only one of many industries that have left California because of stupid taxes. And California taxes the shit out of everything. They tax your online purchases. If you buy stuff from California off of eBay, Amazon, you pay taxes. Before, I think last year, you didn't pay taxes because eBay was like a garage sale website. But now it's more, like Amazon. But they'll get any excuse to get your money, and because they need it, because we're the most in debt state, because they keep giving away our freaking money and spending all of our money, not on us, on illegal immigrants, on letting them have driver's licenses. How the hell can an illegal immigrant get a driver's license in the United States? Well, California allows it. That way they don't have to be inconvenienced by their freaking federal crime of coming here illegally. I'm all for illegal immigration. Great, do it all day. That's how we all got here. That's how a lot of people, most Americans got here from their lineage. But but illegal immigration is illegal. And guess what? You can do something about it. There is an ICE hotline, and you can report illegal immigrants if you know where they live and you know where they work. Report their asses. Go ahead and do it. Because you're saving the taxpayers, which is you and me and our friends and our families, dollars and cents by doing it. So it's just out of control here in California. I'm really thinking about moving to Georgia. And so I wanted to make this video just as maybe an initial vlog of me leaving. Yes, and I know that, things are cheaper there, but also minimum wage is lower. And I understand that. But minimum wage, being a social worker, studying sociology and studying society and the systems within society, I know that when you raise minimum wage, you don't raise the economy with the minimum wage. You don't make things better. A lot of the times, and there should be a minimum wage. There should. Just as a standard, a bottom standard. But minimum wage is going up to like $13 an hour here in California. And guess what happens? Everything else goes up too. So, hey, guess what? Your rent goes up, your gas goes up, your food goes up, except for McDonald's. Somehow they only add about 3-4 cents to their crappy food. But everything else goes up with with all this stuff. So I take a economically conservative stance on government, how it should operate in terms of economy. And I think it's as a social worker, I think it's a good thing. We should be in the mindset of rehabilitation and not dependence on government. We should be giving people a hand up and not a hand out. We should be doing job training and helping people through trade school and grants and stuff like that, and work programs, resume programs, education, and better education in the worst places, like in the ghettos, in the shitty areas. Put the best schools and the best teachers and put incentives there. That way you can help the people from the lower class climb, because the only difference between me and a doctor that makes $250,000 a year is an education, and that's it. I came from LAUSD school district. I didn't know how to read until the 3rd grade. I barely knew how to read. I sucked at math, and I got a 2.3 throughout high school, and now I'm going to USC. And it's because I've had the opportunity through the military to go to school and to learn. And I went off on a crazy tangent in this video, but I'm thinking about moving to Georgia. The gun laws are amazing. There's only like a handful of laws that are gun laws in Georgia. And they're common sense, basic laws. And if you break the law, guess what? You go to jail, or you get a ticket, or you get a fine, or you do, whatever. But it doesn't criminalize someone for having the wrong configuration on their damn AR. So, anyway, this is the deal these days. And, California's a shithole. It's getting worse and worse. I paid $2,000 for a 1-bedroom freaking apartment over here, and for that kind of money, I'd be able to get a brand new house, 2-story, 4-bedroom, 5-bedroom, 6-bedroom house on a ½ acre in Georgia, and probably still have money at the end of the day. So my plan is to get out of debt. My plan is to save up some money for a down payment on a house. And my plan is to get the F out of freaking California. The gun laws suck. The economy sucks. The governor sucks. The government sucks. And I love the people. My family are here, and that is the one thing holding me here. But day by day, hour by hour, I am contemplating leaving. Closer and closer, and I'm just getting sick and tired of it. And so many people are sick and tired of living in California. I am, and I think I'm going to title this video, Sick of Living in California. Time to freaking abandon ship. And you know what? I think it'll turn around. Maybe 5 years from now, 6 years from now. I don't plan on staying in Georgia. I want my kids to grow up out here. It's nice. The weather's great. I love it. It's 50 degrees at night in December over here right now. And I would love it if it was a free state. They stop infringing on our damn rights. I would love to not have to get a CC, not have to get a damn FFL permit and a stupid permit to buy ammo. And that's the gun law. You can't have magazines. You can't have more than 10 round magazines over here. You can't have a rifle that works in a semi-automatic fashion unless it's a featureless, or unless you put stupid fucking magazine lock on there, and all these different stupid laws that just make it more expensive to own guns. Because no matter what, you're going to get around these gun laws because you're just going to buy something else, except for pistols. They can't outlaw ARs. They've tried. Unless they freaking try to ban them, and that's constitutionally illegal to ban it. And they'll probably try. But they're not going to get all the guns. They'll never get all the guns. Stop trying to get all the guns. 1776 will commence again if you try to take my guns, in the words of Alex Jones. But anyway, I just want to give you guys a video, something to think about. But I know, man, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of living in California. Oh, man. Georgia, here I come. 87 out.